Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between rolling hills, there lived two men. One was a wealthy and prosperous merchant named Marcus, while the other was a humble and contented farmer named Thomas. Their lives couldn't have been more different, yet fate had a surprising lesson in store for them. Marcus was known throughout the land for his riches. He had a grand mansion, adorned with glistening chandeliers and marble floors. He wore luxurious silk robes and feasted on the finest delicacies every day. However, beneath his opulent lifestyle, Marcus was plagued by worry and greed. He constantly sought more wealth, never satisfied with what he had. On the other hand, Thomas led a modest life. His small cottage stood on a patch of fertile land, and he worked tirelessly to cultivate crops to sustain his family and the village. Despite facing hardships, Thomas wore a smile that radiated contentment. He shared what little he had, knowing the joy of giving far outweighed any material possessions. One day, news of a valuable treasure spread across the village. It was said to grant immense riches and eternal happiness to those who possessed it. Marcus, driven by his insatiable desire for wealth, embarked on a journey to find the treasure. He believed that acquiring it would finally bring him the happiness he sought. Thomas, however, didn't pay much attention to the tales of the treasure. Instead, he continued to toil in his fields, appreciating the beauty of nature and finding joy in the simplest things. His heart was filled with gratitude for the blessings he had. After a long and arduous journey, Marcus reached the hidden cave where the treasure was rumored to be. His eyes widened with excitement as he discovered piles of glittering jewels and precious artifacts. Overwhelmed by his newfound wealth, he danced and reveled in his riches, convinced that he had attained the key to eternal happiness. But as the days passed, Marcus realized that his once familiar worries and restlessness hadn't vanished. The more he acquired, the more he desired. His heart grew heavy with dissatisfaction, and he longed for the peace he had never found. Disheartened, Marcus decided to return to the village. On his way back, he crossed paths with Thomas, who greeted him warmly. Astonished by Marcus's worn-out appearance and dejected demeanor, Thomas inquired about his journey. Marcus hesitated at first, unsure of how to explain his disillusionment. Finally, Marcus confessed, "I found the treasure, Thomas, but it didn't bring me the happiness I thought it would. The more I gained, the emptier I felt." Thomas smiled knowingly and replied, "My friend, true wealth lies not in the abundance of possessions, but in the richness of one's heart. Contentment and gratitude are the treasures that bring lasting happiness." Marcus was taken aback by Thomas's wisdom and began to reflect on his own life. He realized that he had been blinded by material wealth, neglecting the simple joys that lay within his reach. Inspired by Thomas's humble existence, Marcus vowed to change his ways and seek true happiness through a life of generosity and gratitude. From that day forward, Marcus used his wealth to benefit the village, funding schools and hospitals, providing opportunities for those in need, and supporting local businesses. As he witnessed the smiles and gratitude of the villagers, Marcus's own heart became lighter, and a sense of fulfillment engulfed him. And so, the tale of the rich man and the poor man spread throughout the land, reminding everyone that true happiness isn't measured by material possessions, but by the richness of one's soul. The legacy of Marcus and Thomas served as a guiding light, reminding all who heard their story that the path to a fulfilled life lies in self-gratification.